situations in terms of abortion bans. And of course, I don't believe that the election was stolen. And I wasn't full on, cheering, "They shall not replace us. You will not replace us" on my website. But the problem is Republicans simply don't have anything to run on. Here is here is a Minnesota State House candidate, Mark Bishofsky. He is at a virtual campaign event, I guess, answering questions from, and who is he talking to? Are these like, people in attendance? Who is it?
I think these are the hosts, because he's talking to them. I just don't exactly know who they are.
And here is this is what he's selling to voters.
Have all the answers. I never followed this stuff that close, but those are my ideas, and I don't know exactly how you change it all. You can't change a lot of this stuff by flipping a switch.
Or without trying.
Without trying, exactly. And I also, and I want to make it clear, like, I know that if we were to implement and legislate all of our conservative values onto people, there will be people that will suffer. Like, I think we give too much welfare to people. Minnesota's like a welfare destination state. We get a lot of immigrants, illegal immigrants. We get a lot of people just coming here from Illinois and other states because we give out so much money to people. And if you take that away from people, of course, people are going to suffer a little. It's just one of those things, though. It's one of those where no pain, no gain cliche comes in. You have to make some changes. And the saying I like is that you can't just keep giving them a handout. You have to give them a hand up. You have to pull them out of that. And once these people that are, living check to check or on welfare, once they feel independence and prosperity, that can hopefully become contagious in those areas. So, and I understand also that there's no way this world is going to be perfect for everyone. But we can't allow the government to have the control they have, because look what's happening here. I mean, and how deep does it go?
All right, just if we need to just pause it for a sec, or if that's it, like, I mean, if there has to be suffering, he says, no pain, no gain, right? Then that's how tough love, that's how these illegal immigrants or poor people in my state will learn not to be that way. But then at the same time, he says that people will suffer. And I know Republicans believe that not everyone can be winners under a free market capitalist system. They understand that there will be people who work low wages and are in poverty. And so they're just admitting, well, we're okay with that. That is actually the ideal society that we're trying to build.
Without a doubt. And what I like, and I've been trying to do this in terms of my own exercise, no pain, no gain. But I've been trying to do a situation where the pain is yours.
Yeah.
And the gain is mine.
Mm-hmm.
That's what he's saying.
Yeah.
These are the only gain that these people are going to get for the pain that he knows that he's going to try and impose upon them is that, prosperity is contagious, which of course it is not contagious. He's saying, like, I know there's people out there living paycheck to paycheck. I got a report right here. Half of the country at least lives paycheck to paycheck. When he says no pain, no gain, he's not talking about his pain. He's saying, I don't gain unless you have pain. That's what he's saying. He's not talking about, like, this is the, shared sacrifice. It's not shared sacrifice. There's no shared sacrifice here. There's no sacrifice that is commensurate with how much you have extracted from society. This is your pain, my gain. That's my platform. That's where I'm running for office. And of course, I don't have all the answers, but I have the broad principles, which are your pain, my gain.
But I did say something about a hand up, whatever that means. Like,
we're giving people a hand up. We're going to give you a hand up.
A hand up into, hunger and want and deprivation.
There is reams of data that show the best way to help somebody get out of poverty is to give them money. You want to give somebody a hand up, that's what it is.
That's not character building, though.
Yeah, I mean, one would think that with all of these years of people getting all this character building of being poor, that it's that you would have just the contagion of prosperity.
That's the thing, though. It's just because they're not worthy, like Minnesota State House candidate Mark Bishofsky. He's just smarter than everybody. He was able to turn that into prosperity.
Well, prosperity was contagious.
Very Christian of him.
Maybe
too,
he caught
right?
it from somewhere.
Isn't that how you got the phrase "no pain, no gain"? That's what Jesus said.
Look, the bottom line is, if you soy boys, and I include all of you as soy boys, stop wearing your masks, maybe you would catch some of this prosperity. But you wear your masks, and you can't catch the prosperity germs that come through.
That's the problem with those face diapers.
Unbelievable. It was
so boring about it too, like the most dull man on earth.
Believe me, I'm making the hard decisions here because I know this is going to cause a lot of people pain.
So here's some cliches.
I'm gaining. But you think that's easy? I'm a human being.
Yeah.
For me to decide that it's going to be that difficult for you to live, that's not easy for me.
It's not easy for me to be the only brave soul that will say it. I want to cause pain on the population, and
this is going to
character.
hurt me more than it hurts you.
In fact, I'm kind of a hero for imposing suffering on a population because I have the bravery to do so.
There was this book, Flag for Sunrise, by Robert Stone. I can't remember. I think I've quoted this before. It's always stuck with me, about an American traveling through Central America, I think it was, and he was looking at these people living in abject poverty. And as he spent, from his seat in his, the luxury hotel, and the quote is something to the effect of the lead character reacted in the way that his upbringing had taught him as he contemplated their lives, and ultimately his greatest emotion was self-pity. He just felt bad that he had to be exposed to this.
It really is. I mean, honestly, the mindset of modern conservatives today, it's like almost the mindset of Christian missionaries throughout history, which is that you just got to teach the uneducated, unwashed masses about how amazing Christianity is, except in this time it's just like capitalism bootstrap theory.
Yep.
And they'll save themselves.
Paul Ryanism. And again, the implication, and we hear this almost every day from conservatives, that people who are living paycheck to paycheck, that people who are saddled with debt, that people who are who can barely even live paycheck to paycheck, the implication is they lack a certain moral fortitude. They lack a certain moral self-esteem. That there's a lack, a character flaw in these people. And we heard it from Paul Ryan for years. We heard it we've heard this from Republicans for decades. And you want to know why Donald Trump just cut through that Republican primary like butter in 2016? Because you contemplate what is the opposite of that? What is the other, the converse of that? If the rule is that you are lacking in money because you lack moral fortitude, because you are not righteous, because you don't have you have a character flaw, well, someone who's a billionaire is an ubermensch, right? I mean, he has that much more righteousness, that much more character strengths.
And that's why the value of his actions individually don't really matter to his base, just because he's inherently
they must be right.
The guy. Yeah.
You were on vacation when we talked about this, but last week Ben Shapiro had a segment where he talked about how all the Old Testament prophets were actually rich guys because of this. He said
that it actually would be a good thing to have more independently wealthy people
they have something to lose, makes them wise,
because they are less tethered to or less likely to be corrupted. because his perception of wealth is just like the hoarding of gold, as opposed to, I don't know, just modern capitalism where all wealthy people make money from passive income and investments in a variety of different industries in a diverse stock portfolio, which inherently makes them way more susceptible to corruption because they're directly invested in those things to make themselves wealthy in a modern society.
Shapiro benefits from the fact that he doesn't have to recognize the New Testament, where, you know, the whole thing about the rich man getting into heaven
is easier than when like a camel to pass through an eye of a needle.
Yeah.
It'd be fun to hear like him and Prager talk about stuff like that, though.
Yep.
Fun?
I would enjoy it.
It's one adjective for it.